What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Doctor Who Flux breakdown and review. This season, or at least part of the season, is going to be a 6-episode story arc, and Chibnall is really doubling down on the serial aspect that is being introduced into Doctor Who. Something which I personally don't actually mind if they actually commit to it, unlike last season. Now, I had my reservations after the Christmas special, and while I enjoyed the season finale of last season, I can't deny the breaking of absolutely entrenched, established lore went a bit too far, but here we are. I am really glad that we are kind of working on the whole division mystery after it not really being involved that much in the Christmas special. The Doctor is chasing a division agent, Carvanista, as we open on a opening scene that really reminded me of Thor Ragnarok. Now, the Doctor hasn't told Yaz the true story about how she was the timeless child. She worked for something called the Division, but those memories were taken out of her head. But I feel like the pair have a lot better characterization. While the whole episode felt like a bit too much, the TARDIS crew seemed a lot more focused and streamlined. It was definite that having 3 companions was just far too much, and that the whole having them go on their own thing was a bit too much for me. The Division mystery also connects to the weird psychic skeleton thing that escaped from jail and is taking advantage of the Flux problems. He is clearly an old adversary of the Doctor, as we know that she's missing so many memories. But we don't really get a time to breathe whatsoever as the pair escape in a thrilling moment as we cut to 1820s Liverpool. A dude is just paying people to make tunnels, which reminded me of the Nevers. It's evident that this will play into why Dan is so important and why Liverpool is quite a huge thing here. As I really like John Bishop's turn as Dan as well. He's a history buff here, and we thought he worked for the museum, but he doesn't. He seems like a man who just absolutely loves his city, and I love Liverpool. I've been before to a game at Anfield, and well, he's even being called the late Dan by his crush. I do wonder if that is going to play in with this, as it seems like the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff is getting even more wibbly-wobbly. The episode was very much setting up the rest of the season, which really did feel like it got a bit too much by the end. Dan seems like a really nice lad, and John Bishop has fully won me over as he tries to work the problem when he's later taken by Carvanista. Now, we learn that Carvanista and his whole race are duty-bound to save him and the rest of humanity, bound to humans, dogs, you get the point, as Yaz and the Doctor follow. It absolutely cracked me up as she is elated at arriving in Liverpool in the Klopp era, as she said it is a classic, and she was Trent's ball boy. If you didn't know, that's Trent Alexander-Arnold, a player for Liverpool, a football club. This is a very British episode, and I do wonder if people in America or around the world understood a word that John Bishop was saying, but I really do feel like he really downplayed his Scouse accent. Now, they are bested as they meet a mysterious woman as they're about to head back into the TARDIS, a woman named Claire, and she is out of time. These non-linear meetings are some of the absolute best parts of Doctor Who, and, well, she doesn't explain how she knows them just yet. Just remember, spoilers, sweetie. It's clearly something to do with her being sent back in time by a weeping angel, which scared the heck out of me. Now, at last, they are absolutely terrifying. It's been a while since they've been truly spoopy, and Chibnall did a great job with all of these classic characters. She says she's going the long way home, which is interesting, so she clearly knows them from the future. But she gets taken by, of course, a weeping angel, and I do like the fact that they might be really doubling down on the fact that the weeping angels don't kill you most of the time. They send you back in time to live out the rest of your life. So that's a very interesting one there, and I think that is what happened with Claire. But more mystery is amped up as the skeleton guy frees his sister in the Arctic Circle, which later takes Dan's crush. Yeah, there is an absolute high amount of crazy stuff going on here. And if enough subplots weren't enough, we got introduced to Vinder, who looks so very, very cool, and he is on observation station Rose. What? Rose Tyler. What is going on? On the surface looks like an early warning station for the Flux, but it has to be involved with Rose Tyler in some way. And I'm excited to see how and why, what's going on. I really like Dan's interactions with Carvanista on his ship as they rush to save Earth and humanity, and the whole interconnecting ships really did remind me of the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy. But we also cut to the Sontarans, who make a major return, and I do admit they look a lot better. I thought the banter between the two were hilarious, and it looks like they are going to be badass once more. Of course, we have the Sontaran helping the Doctor, but next week in the trailer, they're going to be arriving in the Crimea War. So it looks like just crazy stuff is going on left, right, and centre. I do feel like there were slightly too many subplots introduced, with the final one of the Sontarans giving me some major fatigue, and Skeleton Boy's sister taking Dan's crush into the Haunted Mansion. The day is kind of saved, but not, as Skeleton Boy confronts the Doctor, and, well, I really did like this, as the ending was some real high-stakes stuff very early on in the season. It's not clear why the Flux is happening. It could be something to do with Skeleton Boy, but it could be to do with the TARDIS falling apart, as the TARDIS is leaking energy, could be leaking energy and undoing the universe. But here, I do think that this will have something to do with the Timeless Child. As we know, the Doctor, the Timeless Child, came from another reality. So I do wonder, are they going to go into that point? Are they going to have to go back into another reality? We also, of course, had that with the Cybermen way back when they returned to Doctor Who. It does seem like they are really doubling down on the linear storytelling, and gone are the days of the simple monster of the week. Maybe, we don't know. Of course, many people on Twitter and Reddit are saying that they had no idea what was going on. I do think it was a lot. They've introduced a lot, way too much, way too soon. But I was very, very gripped with it. It was very, very much like the introduction episode with the Master and they were falling to Earth in the plane, that sort of thing. I really, really liked that. But overall, I did enjoy it. I have been a notable kind of detractor of Chibnall's era, despite adoring Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. 13 is absolutely perfect, but I want her to be a badass. I don't want her to be undermined by her companion. I want her to lead the charge. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like down below. Do subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.